Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. I told you I wasn't going to wait till the end of the week to do this video, but I just got so busy this week. I've been Christmas shopping online and stuff, so I'm getting stuff in the mail, and I had lots to do this week, lots of work and everything, and it just goes on and on. Plus all those pieces that you see me painting, I worked on all that all day yesterday. Anyway, this is a really short video. This is just to give away the Turkey at War prize. So this is what the prize is going to be. It's going to be this box. I made that sticker myself. I just took a screenshot off the internet, and it's got a whole bunch. I showed you before. The only thing that's different in here now is I've included 4 of these roundels. They're the good ones, like the nice historical board gaming roundels. So anyway, that's what the prize is. Oh, and I also decided I should give you this too. This is courtesy of Doug at Historical Board Gaming. This is the World War I coaster pack set. Let me just show you. There's all of them. And the reason I'm going to give you this, of course, is because it's got the turkey roundel in it. Plus, then you'll have a head start on your Global War 1914 game, or whatever it's going to be called. I'm pretty sure they're going to start before 1914 for that game, kind of like they did starting the World War II game here in 1936, right? So anyway, here we are. Everybody's name's on there. Some of them I could hardly spell, so like the Russian guy there. I'm sorry, I don't know your name because I don't know how to pronounce those letters that aren't in my alphabet, so I just called you the Russian guy. Right here, Russian guy. Anyway, 35 names, so broke it down. I got a 6-sided dice, and there's only 5 in the last one here. So, first one's first. Let's go here. Let me just 4, 5, 6. Got a place for 6 winners, and here we go. Good luck, everyone. It's a good prize. 3. That's Dutch Panzer. I tell you, I'm going broke sending stuff over to Europe. I sent the Canada War Prize over there, and months later it got shipped back to me. When you give me your address, make sure you give it to me how it's written on an envelope, because the way I wrote it down was the way he wrote it down, and that wasn't the right thing to do, and so it got shipped back to me. I ended up having to ship that to Italy twice. So the second one, 6. That's Wyatt Simmons. Wyatt Simmons. Next one, 5. Cobra Axis and Allies. Cobra has a channel on YouTube. Check it out if you got time. It's called Cobra Axis and Allies. The next one, 5 again. That is Frederick de Vries. Oops, spelled that wrong. And 2 more. Here we go. 4. Hambone. Speaking of people who have channels, this Hambone HQ. Hambone has just recently put out a channel. You should check that one out too. It's not just Axis and Allies. It's got a bit of humor to it too. I really enjoy that one, as I do with Cobra's Axis and Allies channel. And 1. Alex Witzani. My friend Alex, he lives to the west of me. We haven't met, but someday we're going to get together for a game. He lives over on the coast of the north coast of British Columbia, on Haida, on the island. Anyway, so let's just take a look at what we got here. So Dutch Panzer, Wyatt Simmons, Cobra Axis and Allies, Frederick de Vries, Hambone HQ, and Alex Witzani. Good luck, guys. Here we go for the turkey prize. And 3. Cobra Axis and Allies. There it is right there. Let me just circle that. Number 3. And there we go, Cobra Axis and Allies. So, sorry to you people who didn't win, but don't despair though. I've still got a ton of prizes to give away. Like here, check this out. These are some of the prizes that I haven't given out yet that Doug sent me. Plus, I'm working on one, and it's going to be a really special prize. It's something I'm putting together myself, and I'm going to have the contest start just before Christmas, so it's going to be a Christmas thing this year, and it's going to be one of the nicest prizes I've ever given out. I don't know if it's the nicest one because I've given some maps and stuff away, and some pretty nice prizes, but this one is it's taking a lot of work to do it, put it that way. A lot of work and a lot of thought and everything, and quite a bit of painting. That's any kind of hint for you. Anyway, near Christmas, watch out for that one. Now, just before I go here, I'll show you some of my work here. This is from the heavy carriers that I'm making. So I did order the Europa off the internet, and so that's what it looks like when I'm done with the flag on it. And then these are all the same. These are all the Midway carriers, right? Or sorry, the Malta carriers, the British one. So those are like this one's painted in the Russian colors. This one is the Italian, and then the British ones. I don't know that you would need more than these. Like, you probably never buy a Russian one, right? And Italy, as far as Italy goes, like, don't think that you have to have all these pieces to play the game. It's nice if you have them just in case, you want to buy one. But for the most part, Italy's just going to be playing around in the Mediterranean there, right? And you can fly across the Med, right? You don't really need a carrier. The only time you would need a carrier is if you decided to get on your horse and go out into the Atlantic and, like, mess some stuff up out there, or maybe come out this way, right? But most games you'll probably just stay in the Med. And it's the same with Germany too. Like, to buy a really expensive carrier that carries 3 planes, like, most of the stuff that Germany needs to attack is somewhere where they can land, right? So it's unlikely that the Germans would need a super carrier. And of course the Russians, like, they'll probably never buy a regular fleet carrier, let alone a super carrier. So don't worry if you don't get these pieces. That doesn't mean that you can't play version 3 of the game, that's for sure. Definitely the British could use 1 or 2 though. The Americans and the Japanese, I painted one up for everybody anyway, just in case, right? Like one for all of the major powers, except for France. France is not going to need one, that's for sure. France is not allowed to develop weapons. I don't know if you caught it the other day, the video that Will put out on version 3, just mentioning a few of the things. I didn't want to say anything about it, but now that he said some stuff, I can talk a little bit about it. One of the rules that I really like that's changing is the 3-space build queue. Like, we're talking, where you put ships and facilities down, and some of them take 4 spaces, like a battleship and a fleet carrier take 4 spaces to build. Well, the new rule says there's only going to be 3 spaces. So you'll be able to get them on the board faster. And they know it's probably less historical doing that way, but they wanted the game to flow better. That was one of the things that we talked about when we were in Tulsa. And one of the things that we talk about since then as well is to try to remember that it's a game, and even though some of these things are, this is exactly how it happened in history, it might not transfer very well to a game, right? And so the object is to play a game and to do it as historically correct as you can. So I think we leaned a little bit towards the game as far as gameplay goes. It doesn't take away from any of the historical part of it. It just, the game flows a little bit better. I think you'll find it's really cool. Let me just show you one of the things there. This on the weapons over here. See that improved construction? Like, what they've done is they've done away with the improved shipyards, and they've made it into improved construction, so that you can choose, instead of getting money off of building a ship or anything for that matter. You can build anything, right? You can decide to build it one turn quicker. And so instead of taking 3 turns to build something, you can take 2 turns to build something. But you'll see when the rules come out. That's just a quick little thing about it. But the cool thing about it is it's not just for ships. Like, you could do it with facilities and probably with land units too. And so there's lots of new rules and lots of really cool stuff. I think you're gonna like it. Definitely some of the, like if you watch that game that we just had, we were using blockers and stuff. Like, blockers are not going to be as effective in this game, in the new game, and like, that was kind of silly how a destroyer could stop an entire navy, right? Well, now you're going to be able to go through that destroyer. You just have to stop with some of your guys and fight them, and then move on with the rest. It's kind of like the amphibious assault rules in version 2. It's just like that. Like, you have to split your forces off, and these guys are going to go fight the blockers, and these guys are going to keep going if you're successful. So anyway, lots of cool rules coming out, and congratulations, Cobra Axis and Allies, for winning the Turkey Award set. Please get a hold of me. I guess on accessanallies.org, just send me a private message. Yeah, I'm sure you're probably on there. Anyway, take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.